you started without me? Not cool,
No.
man. Wait, did you add your camera to this? Did you add your camera to the thing?
To the what thing?
The Twitch thing?
Yeah, I did.
I don't see it. You lied to me.
What to the the
The stream together
thing?
thing.
It should be.
Here, I can take a picture for you to show you exactly what I see.
Exactly what you see.
Exactly what I see. There you go. Also, welcome to the podcast, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well today.
I hope you are not all doing well.
Damn. Also,
Oh,
for
there we
some
go.
for
I
some
didn't
reason,
I
oh,
didn't hit the thing over here.
oh,
I didn't actually activate the virtual camera in OBS. So
I
that's why it
see.
didn't appear. I didn't press the last button I needed to press.
Also,
Rookie move.
for some reason,
Yeah.
my streams have been dropping frames a lot lately, and I don't know why. I'm at 4,000.
It doesn't even matter how hard you try.
Yeah, I'm at like 4,600 kbps. It shouldn't even be dropping that many frames.
Oh, I have no idea then.
Normally, I'm at 6,000, but that's just like the thing I cap it at.
That's the thing you cap it in the
Oh my god. Let me try closing some shit. I don't know.
Have you tried closing some shit? You know what would solve
That's
this?
bad, Wes. Have you tried opening some shit?
Oh
Have
my
you opened
god.
some more shit? Did you try opening like 40 tabs?
Oh my god.
Uh, you know what would solve this issue? AMD just released a new graphics card.
Oh nice.
Uh,
What the fuck is happening? How is it getting worse?
would you would you genuinely, with what you're experiencing right now, be tempted to get AMD's new graphics card?
I don't think it's my graphics card, but yeah, AMD's new graphics card is awesome.
If anybody's looking for a good steal on a price, I think the higher end model is currently the better deal, and only I could hope that AMD would make the smart move and make the lower end one even lower by making it like 500 instead of 550.
Okay,
That's what I'm
genuinely,
hoping.
genuinely, what the fuck just happened? It went from 4,000 kbps to 600, and then now it's at 2,000. What is going on, brother? Is there like some black magic going on?
You're streaming, brother. Trust
I
in the
am.
system, brother.
Maybe I should switch off of OBS and use like that new meld thing or some shit.
I don't know if it's OBS does have a lot of problems though. OBS takes a lot of tinkering, but I feel like once it's no, it's never good. I'm not even gonna say that. I'm not even gonna be the guy who says that. I'm not gonna be that guy who preaches that OBS is fantastic. Because my god, does it always have problems?
It's really only as fantastic as the person using it, and we both know I'm not great with computers, so... Or, well, the three of us know I'm not great with computers.
Well, let's also specify that every streamer has said that OBS has a magic to it, a charm in which magically it will randomly stop working the way you want it to.
Have you unplugged your microwave? My microwave actually doesn't affect my internet, thank god.
It's God, it's so funny. It's just so many things.
I am like genuinely
Ugh.
trying to figure
Is
out.
it still messing up, or is it just?
Uh,
Are you downloading something?
I am not downloading something.
Ooh. I don't know what's wrong, brother.
I wonder if it's Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I have to restart my PC or something.
Maybe. Do you have any updates
Oh.
that you've been?
I know what it is. The weather's bad outside. Yep. God damn it. That's unfortunate.
Weather's bad takes out the entire stream. Fuck.
Yeah, that's the only That's like genuinely the only downside of living here is that the weather just fucking ruins all of the internet service.
Takes it all out. I
Yeah.
gotcha. I gotcha. Ooh.
But you know what? It's fine. We ball. In other news, Mabinogi is having their 17th anniversary.
Are they?
They just had maintenance and removed the free run update, so it's long gone. And they
Good,
added
thank
the
God.
17th anniversary update. 17th anniversary update's pretty cool because it added a new area where you can actually sit down and stuff. And people were kind of just sitting here using it as their AFK spot now. Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
They also have
I
new
don't
gacha boxes.
Great.
Hey, you'd be surprised by how cheap the gacha boxes are. Actually,
I love loot boxes.
they are $1.50 a piece.
I personally don't play Mabinogi because I have standards, but maybe one day.
What? This is like the Pokemon Pokemon Fire Red is an open world game all over again.
Listen. We've had several arguments over the last couple days about
I will never
game
forget.
design, about Pokemon and Monster Hunter. We've had several.
I will
Listen,
never. I will. You know,
listen.
I can allow the Pokemon slander. All right.
No,
Because
you should not allow it's warranted. Pokemon deserves the slander.
Oh
I
no,
throw against
absolutely. That's why I allow it. That's why I allow it. Okay. Monster Hunter, on the other hand, this is the game that World and Wild are like peak.
They're not peak,
Issues aside, because World had issues on launch too. Very similar
so
issues.
True.
And well, I don't even know if they're I don't even know if I'd consider them issues because I mean a lot of people are, and it's mostly veterans like us that are like, man, why is the game so easy? It's like, well, fuck, we've been playing the game for the past fucking 2 decades.
I solved it earlier. What I want them to do is implement a system, and if I start killing tutorial creatures too fast, then they ramp me into high rank faster. Cutaway quests, do whatever you need to do. Just send me right in, coach.
I mean, I guess if you want to skip the story, then they could, but it's like a progression thing.
They don't need to skip the story, but they could remove monsters from the story so you can get to high rank faster.
Aren't
there? Okay.
I'm kind of conflicted.
You unlock a new area. Unlock a new area, and then you face what? 4 new monsters? 5 new monsters before you go to the next new area?
Yeah, you face like so you face that region's apex monster, and then you face 2 or 3 large monsters usually before moving on to the next area.
What if instead, after a little bit while, they're like, oh, screw it, you're just the apex monster now, and they just constantly sent you at the apex ones instead of the...
I think it's because it's like it's a progression system. They don't want to throw you at the apex just because it'd be kind of jarring to go like, hey man, you're in a new world, go fight this apex immediately.
I'm not saying you go fight the apex immediately. I'm saying I fight the tutorial monster, I start ramping it up too fast in the first couple of fights, and then it has me fight the apex sooner. Because... And also, like, you don't need to make any armor. Like, the game is too easy to give you enough materials through it to actually need anything.
I did, in fact, have to make armor halfway through the story. Because I
didn't.
I was getting, actually, was it halfway through, or maybe it was, like,
I made
3/4?
Chapter 3, Mission 3, or whatever, before I needed to make armor. Which is, like, higher rank.
After I got to the ice place, I had to make armor. Because, Gore and Arkveld will genuinely just fucking one-shot you if you're not careful.
And I think the problem is if you didn't have to make I feel like if you don't have to make armor until then in the game, then what's the point of the armor system?
Oh, it's a low rank. That's why there's not a whole lot of low
Oh, you
rank
also
sets.
remember I'm using hunting horn, so I just got constant buffs on.
Yeah. I think there's like I don't know if it's necessarily like a misunderstanding of their system but low rank's purpose is to introduce you to the new mechanics for that specific iteration of the game and introduce you to the new monsters as well. Because Because without low
But,
rank,
like-
you would be missing story, you would be missing introduction to the new monsters, mechanics for the new like gear. Like for example,
How long do you think the onboarding process should actually take for the Monster Hunter game?
I think it's actually perfect right now. Stories maybe 10 hours. It's not that
I
long.
think I should learn all the tutorial stuff within the first couple missions. I shouldn't have
Yeah.
to wait till I'm in chapter 3 to learn about decorations of all things.
You
I
shouldn't
think
have
the
to rank
reason
to high rank to start doing capture quests.
That's
Oh,
also
well-
true. They don't do like the first capture quest until like the end of chapter 2.
the reason they don't do capture quests at the beginning of the game is because capture quests are kind of annoying if you're just trying to get through the story. And because you have to make those traps and shit, and traps are hard to make at the beginning of the game.
I would say yes, but they give you a boatload of traps just for starting the game.
Didn't they give that as like a game release thing though?
I have no idea. I just know I
'Cause-
had like 30 of each trap.
Where
I think that was the
feel
game
like-
release thing because they gave everyone a special bundle thing for like Twitter goals and shit.
And then when you get to high rank, you get the better experience of being able to just roam around the world and craft your things and just move on the fly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's what high rank's about. Low rank is
No,
about getting you into all the new stuff and showing it off.
I feel like just low rank could have gave you a lot more freedom and ramped the difficulty a little bit more to really make it better for what my complaints I see from the older audience of the monster hunting crowd.
I think of it as I think this is a pretty good comparison. Low rank is like playing through a Pokemon game, like let's say you're playing through Emerald, and then high rank is Battle Tower.
That
Maybe it's not a perfect example, but I feel like it's a pretty good one because Battle Tower is like the best part of Emerald.
I'm saying that it feels like low rank 3 and high
What?
rank is actually the game everybody wants.
Blue Bee Blaster.
What was the jokey one we made earlier? Was it actually Blue Bee Blaster?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I thought it fucking mispronounced. I'm just saying that the first game shouldn't be Putt Putt Goes to the Zoo, and the second game shouldn't be Dark Souls, and high rank shouldn't be Dark Souls.
Well, high rank isn't Dark Souls. That's Master Rank. Master Rank is where nightmares are made.
See, then high rank isn't even difficult. Or it's when difficulty actually gets implemented in the game, which means you're just in the saucepan cooking in the beginning of low rank.
Yeah, but low rank is like introductory.
If anybody needs low rank at this point with this many Monster Hunter games out, then I don't know what to tell you.
You would be very
New
surprised.
players still.
Nope.
Yeah.
We should have no tutorials
Because,
anymore. If
oh
it's the
God.
second point in the game, you should not have a tutorial.
Cause you help, he's doubling down.
If it's the
I
second
can't
one
stop
in
him
the
anymore.
game, You don't need a tutorial.
Next thing he's gonna say is that, oh man, you just need to dodge the behemoth mechanic in World.
Exactly. You just need to stick and move. If you get hit by it, you should have just not played the game in the first place.
I'm gonna make the most complicated game in the world and have no tutorial and only let Zach play it.
I would love to.
Oh,
just
you-
straight off the. It's just co-op.
Every
It's
time you
co-op all
think
over
you
again.
learn every mechanic, it changes the mechanics. You never learn it.
Oh, that'd be great.
It's really funny because I think Master Rank is gonna be fucking hard for this game. I think it's gonna be
I don't think
very
it will
hard.
be.
Because if World is anything to base it off of, I think that they kind of fucked World up with difficulty.
Unless they fix the wound system, Master Rank is going to be a piece of cake.
Well, there's a couple of reasons why people are clearing high rank so fast, too. It's because some things are over-optimized. Like, status conditions are over-optimized. I think wounds are over-optimized. I think they should do less damage. Like, creating the wounds is perfectly fine, but the damage that you do is, like, fucking crazy.
No. We're making the biggest mistake in gaming. You never nerf, you only buff. The monsters just need buffs.
Okay, so give them a fuck ton more health. Actually, no, I think Monster Hunter is a game where nerfing is pretty safe. And the reason is because if they nerf it, it just does the same thing as buffing.
No,
so, like, if
nerf
you're doing...
nerf never feels good. If you're a gamer and you feel your thing do less damage, it feels bad to you. Nobody likes to feel like they're doing less.
No, but this is it accomplishes the same thing as just giving the monster more health. If you're doing less damage, then you're also just giving the monster more health.
I know, but it's now out as a game. People are used to the feeling of how much damage they do. If the monster just has more health, that's different. If they're still doing the same damage and everything.
But
now that people can actually turn on the detailed numbers and everything and see them, they're going to.
So you're saying like, oh, people already see that they do like 100 damage per hit. They don't want to see themselves doing like 50. Okay.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
The game's officially out, so them changing that number will look bad in the player's eyes.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that. Whenever I start a new Final Fantasy, I see I'm doing like 2 damage every tiddly wink. I'm so mad.
How do you know how much damage I'm doing in this raid, sir? Don't worry about it.
Oh my god, that reminds me. I was rating on 14, right?
When you still had sub?
I still have sub actually. It's on for 6 more days.
Okay. It's a bit because that was your main complaint is that you weren't rating enough to actually warrant sub.
Oh no, I definitely wasted my fucking sub, unfortunately, but it's whatever. So I was raiding with the boys, you know, Ethan, Jacob, them.
Yeah.
And they had their parsers up. I normally forget my parser. I thought he got up and left for a second.
Could you imagine?
Just went off to the left side of my screen. He disappeared.
You maniac! I see that coming out of your mouth.
I know what you're talking about.
Dude is fucking getting litty.
What?
Anyway.
I'm talking about Monster Hunter with my friends having a good time. I don't know what you're on about.
So, we were raiding. They had their parsers up. There was a Reaper who was doing less damage than both of the healers.
That's
impressive.
I know, right? No, dude, he was doing 1,000. It was like 1,200 damage or some shit, like 1,200 DPS, which the normal is like I think 4 to 5,000 for a Reaper.
Yeah.
So he was doing 3 or 4K less than average. I was like, God damn, dude. I was like, what is he doing? Just pressing 1 the entire time? You know, like, making fun of people for their numbers on 14 is bad, but sometimes you meet someone where you're like, this is warranted. Like you were
Okay,
genuinely
okay,
playing with your brain
okay.
turned off?
Hilariously, though, what if that person also didn't do their class quests?
I genuinely don't think that's... Well, okay, no, they're Reapers, so they don't... Oh god, actually they could go without doing their class quests. Oh god! They would just
That's
have
what I'm saying.
none of their abilities.
Would they have that similar amount of damage if they had done none of their class quests?
Mm, I think... if I think it depends.
It depends.
If they were just eating glue, then I don't think them having more buttons to press means they were gonna press them. However, if they
Fair.
didn't have the buttons and they were pressing everything they could, then yeah. Also, Phoenix said, "Ooh, can't use those to bully players." Winky face.
Winky face. Yeah. Nobody would ever
Mhm.
use any sort of plugins or anything to see anybody's damage, and nobody would make a complaint about it. Nobody.
Oh, also, Zach, there are
Yeah.
some merits to low rank besides like helping new players and story. All the armor sets you unlock for low, and also introducing you to the new monsters and mechanics and shit. Anyway, unlocking the new armor sets and the weapons gives you an idea of what they're gonna be like in high rank and master rank, because a lot of the abilities that they have are abilities that they keep for those ranks. So you can look at what's possibly gonna be in high rank or master rank and start to build your set like in your head before you get there, and you can start to collect materials for it. Oh, also, in high rank and master rank, you have to go back to low rank occasionally to farm low rank monsters to get materials for weapons and armor.
So why don't they wait? Hold on. So then what they should do is just make a giant open world in which you can encounter all the monsters, whether it be low rank all the way to higher, all the way to master rank immediately.
Well, you want an MMO? We already have 2 of those, buddy.
I want a Monster Hunter MMO. If they're gonna make terrible online, I just want them to make one large area.
Do you like private servers? Because the MMOs are up.
Oh,
The
God.
MMOs are fun.
Yeah,
The MMOs are a lot of fun. I think you'd like the MMO.
I just like at this point, what I want from this game is them to just have everything be interactable right from the rip.
Oh,
I
so
want just the tutorial to be shorter. That's it.
You want it to be Dark Tide, where you're doing level 5s on launch.
What I want low rank to be is if I'm going to go through and introduce a bunch of new monsters and everything. Either just give me a parade to show me what's new, or have me fight everything in a gauntlet. That's what I want. Just to get me through low rank. But that's not what they do. They send me through a 5-minute fight, then send me through 20 minutes of talking, and then they send me through another 5-minute fight.
Alright, Kazu, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think Fortnite has done irreparable damage to his brain? You think he's been playing racing so much that he's just like, give me everything right now so I can fucking toy with it?
No,
He's like, give me my boosters, give me my fucking...
No, what I want is a better fight. I want them to challenge me. My problem is that they gave me the baby block puzzle and I solved it already.
I don't think it's any different from any other game. It's just, they are very generous by telling you, hey, bitch, you're in pussy mode right now.
Okay. Maybe because of all the gaming we've done over the years, we have a high amount of skill, and I'm taking that amount of skill into place. And I'm complaining because the game feels overly too easy to me.
Mm-hmm. That's what newer players are telling veterans too. They're like, this game isn't that easy. You guys have just been playing it for so goddamn long.
Yeah.
But my problem
that's why I'm not complaining about it, because I'm like, this is fun.
My problem is I've only played like 2 or 3 Monster Hunter games.
You played the important one though, which was World.
Yeah.
And I think World translates really well to Wilds.
But I never went to like Master Rank in World.
I mean, that's okay. You're still dealing with the same stuff right now. It's the same difficulty. Because World was pretty easy on launch, at least to me.
Am I just too good of a gamer?
I mean,
Dude,
we
look
have
at the
been
hat you
gaming
got
for
on.
like 20 years.
Look at the
That was
hat
the
you got on,
funniest
bro.
part. I don't This is a false statement.
Also, Kazu has a point. We've been doing this shit for like fucking 20 years.
And a lot of people are getting into Monster Hunter, like people have never touched a Monster Hunter right now.
Also, I feel like there's I don't know. It's like, to me, low rank is in a perfect spot right now. I think they did I think they did a low rank in Rise the best because you get through it quickly and it does what it needs to do. And
Okay,
you
Yeah.
still take story quests in high rank and stuff.
I got it.
But in Wilds, it's really close. The only gripe I have with Wilds is the fact that, like Kazi was talking about earlier, you're doing tutorials like fucking damn near into high rank.
I have the exact words in my mind now. I think they did a terrible job with this one in the onboarding process. I think everything they did to try to simplify the game to make it easier, though good, some of it is to the detriment of the player. And they could have done a little bit better of a process. Difficulty aside, all other things aside, I think they could have done a better job with sort of introducing the person to Monster Hunter and having them go through it, because right now it feels like you arrive in the game and you're on a rail that just goes forward.
Yeah, it's pretty linear. I mean, that's how World was. They send you on your
But
merry way to
World,
kill shit one at a time until you get to high
true,
rank.
but World didn't have you on the bird on a rail immediately off the rip, sending you to the first thing.
Actually, that was my most hated part about World, and that's why I didn't pick it up for PC, was going through the story again, because the story is longer in World.
I think World is nice because it actually tells you, like, hey, you gotta go find that shit yourself. You gotta go track that shit down.
I actually think low
Yeah,
rank in
like the
World.
hunting part of Monster Hunter.
I actually think that World's low rank was worse than Wild's, and it's specifically because of how long it is comparatively.
I don't know, because with World, at least at different points in the story, I felt like I still had a challenge, though.
Wasn't that your first Monster Hunter, or well, technical like first that you
First
actually
Monster
got
Hunter.
into?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that makes sense.
That's cheeky with a bow all the time.
Because for me, it was like fucking a cakewalk, but I was pissed off because going through the story, I was like, dude, when the fuck do I get to high rank, man? I was like fucking 15 hours deep. I was like, when do I get to high rank? What is going on?
And if that's a problem that they usually have across most Monster Hunters, I think the only reasonable thing is to just shorten low rank a little bit and increase high rank.
You know what's really funny? It actually used to take way longer to get out of low rank. Back in like try and was it try and 4? Low rank was like fucking abysmal to get out of because you had to actually grind for your armor and weapons in low rank. You had to go out. Oh, and you had, by the way, your pickaxes and shit had durability. So you would have to go out into the wild, fucking mine and collect materials to make your armor and weapons and get your potions ready, and then you would do the next quest in low rank, and then you would get out of that quest and then have to do it all over again.
Yeah, that was actually awful.
It was a fucking miserable experience. It was really fun when you had friends though, because when you had friends, you could just sit there and like talk and do shit, waste time. That's why people tell you, like, if you're gonna play the old games, you have to play with friends.
Oh, nobody should ever go back to any of the old Monster Hunter games.
I love them. But I'm a fucking Looney Tune, so...
And it's the exact opposite for Pokemon, only go back to the old games.
which is really funny. Yeah, though.
No,
I
I
think.
would.
Oh, go on. You're good.
No, I was. I was trying to think the amount of time I think legitimately low rank should take for a player to become at least adept enough in the system.
I think that is pretty good in Wilds. Aside from
10 to 13 hours.
yeah, like I would say like 10, well, I would say like the average
Experienced
should be
player,
like
it's
at 10. I'd say the average
yeah.
should be like 10. Because that means that you've gotten through like a pretty decent chunk of the story. You've seen like all the new shit. You've had enough time to experiment with at least one weapon with all the new mechanics and stuff.
Nah, it should be 8. I should be able to put in one good shift and get through low rank.
I like that you're putting it as if it's like a work schedule.
Work, yeah. I should be able to for any okay, but if you phrase this question to any other experienced Monster Hunter player, they would agree with me though. You should be able to you should put in one good shift, low rank should be done, and you should not have to worry about it.
Actually, a lot of Monster Hunter veterans love low rank, and it's not like because of like tutorial shit. It's mostly because of story and lore implications. Like in
Well,
Wilds,
Oh, the implication.
yeah. Like in Wilds, oh, actually, I can't talk about this because you guys haven't beaten it yet. Fuck. Damn it.
Okay. Story-wise, sure, we can talk because Wilds actually has a different story.
I
But
think
if we're
Wilds,
talking about the past, where a new creature came and fucked up the ecosystem.
I think Wilds has probably one of the better stories in Monster Hunter.
History, yeah.
It's probably my favorite so far, if I can recall, because Rise's story was like fucking whatever. I didn't really care about Rise's story. It was like the parade shit was kind of stupid, even though I had fun playing it
Yeah.
because it just made no sense from a canon standpoint. You know, like, oh, these monsters are so big and bad, but we can fucking one shot them as they're rampaging into our gates. Like, okay, that was kind of like whatever, sure. Um, Generations Ultimate was kind of just like it had this very similar lore to a lot of the other Monster Hunter games where you know that there's a guild and you know who the guild knights are and shit, so you have to like abide by the guild's rules or the guild knights will kill you. But for the most part, a lot of Monster Hunter stories are pretty localized to like villages and shit.
If I'll say something cool about Wilds, I like the fact that right now a player can't run off into the distance because if they start killing too many monsters out in the wild, they are not approved to kill them in low rank. And so you'll get comments about how you should stop doing that because you're affecting the ecosystem.
Oh, no, it's really funny. I don't know if you know much about Monster Hunter lore or not, but the handler that you have with you is a representative from the guild. Hunters are legal, they're like legal poachers, pretty much. So the guild is who authorizes you to hunt a monster, because otherwise, you know, poaching's illegal in the world of Monster Hunter. And when the guild finds out that someone is poaching, they send the guild knights after them. Now imagine a hunter, but they're professionally trained by the guild and they're not just some like fucking dude hunting chickens all day.
Damn it.
They send those
Damn it.
fuckers after you and they're like, go get his ass.
I became the worst thing I ever wanted to be in Monster Hunter, an environmentalist.
I mean, hey, that is like one of the big themes of Monster Hunter is preserving ecosystems and stuff.
Let me go in and just kill this massive thing real fast.
Also, it's really funny because a bunch of different creatures in Monster Hunter are like genuinely world-ending abominations. Like fucking
Yeah.
Gore Magala is just like a fucking Gore Magala is literally like a fucking ass whooping walking on legs. And they are known as a like archetype of monsters, specifically called the Black Dragons. And the Black Dragons are typically monsters that are capable of ecosystem destruction, which is why they're like high priority for hunting. And they're also strong enough to take on and kill Elder Dragons.
Elder Dragon this dick.
Damn. He's just sitting here listening to me yap about Monster Hunter lore. He's like, I don't give a fuck. I just want to kill shit, man.
Dude, I just wanted to kill shit faster. No, what I wanted shit to try to kill me better. That's what I wanted.
So what
Oh,
you're saying
yeah.
is what they should do is give you an option when you make a character to skip the entire intro.
He
What they should do it.
he wants a naked option.
I want the yeah, I need a naked option. I would love that. I need the monster to be given a knife, and then now I think we'll have a fair fight.
You want to fight the Glavenus?
I need somebody. I need the octopus. Each one holding a dagger in each arm.
Did you? You know, it's really funny you mentioned that. There is literally a monster in Monster Hunter that has that. Is literally an octopus that has knives on its tentacles.
I need Sif to be in the game.
Glavenus?
Yeah,
you fought Glavenus
obviously.
in World, right? Did you fight
I believe
Glavenus in
so.
World? It's the one with the
Okay.
giant sword on it as a tail.
I believe so.
Okay.
It's been a while since I looked at the world fucking monsters. We haven't played it for a long time.
Yeah, I mean Glavenus is a fan favorite, so.
Ah, yes, fan favorite for that series. I'm a fan favorite of. Oh god, sorry. I'm sassy today.
You are. But it's because like we all know it's a good game, so we got to talk about the flaws.
That's
like we're not gonna sit here and stroke it off for fucking 6 hours straight. We gotta talk about the nitty and gritty.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's a 7, 8 out of 10 game, but I need to tell you about why it sucks a little bit.
78 out of 10, that's crazy.
A 78 out of 10.
I actually give it a 9 out of 10 personally.
I would give it a solid 7.5 until they fix all the problems with it.
I also give World a 9 out of 10.
As a
I would give it a 9 out of 10 if they kept half the things they left in World in that game at all.
As one of the Messiah
like Wild
video
feels
games.
so fucking dead compared to World.
True. The world felt very alive because we saw constant markings and things left by the things living in it.
And not even that, I just want to see the monsters actually interact with the environments. I remember when you first open the world and you see Jagras just eating the little monsters around, it's like, how come they don't do this in Wild?
True.
Is this forbidden tech now?
It is. It's forbidden tech. You're not allowed to see it. You're not allowed to look at it.
I don't know if it's just that like I haven't seen it or I don't remember it happening because I was focused on beating a monster's ass. But I genuinely just haven't seen any of that in Wilds. And
I only followed a few of the monsters around for a good 20 minutes, and they don't even like interact with the plants or anything either.
I wonder if it's because
this is so fucking sad.
I wonder if it's because of the different things that they were adding to Wilds that they didn't focus too much on that. Because every game they focus on a new thing. Like in this game, they showed off some experimental footage of underwater movement again. So people think that we're actually finally going to get a Lagiacrus. Also, you guys remember when they were thinking about adding Lagiacrus to World, but they took it out from the alpha or the beta or whatever? Their reasoning was because they couldn't get the skeleton to work with the diverse environments. but we actually got a monster with that same skeleton in Wilds, which means they finally got it to work. So I think that it was probably stuff like that is why they couldn't fully adapt everything that World had. It's because they were focused on getting the shit that they didn't get to put into World into Wilds.
I'll
Also-
chalk it up to them using a different engine.
Oh, are they using the engine
Since
that
Wild is using the Resident Evil engine.
It's using the same engine as Dogma 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Also, can we talk about the biggest sin of all? They named the fucking game Wilds. Normally that wouldn't be an issue, but we have a game called Worlds. What the fuck are we supposed to call Wilds as an acronym? We're not gonna call it MHW.
Why not MHW too?
Shut up.
Man speaks obvious answer. How dare you? How fucking dare you? I can't believe you would say such a thing.
They hated they hated me because I was right. My message.
They
What's
hated
that
him for
fucking
he
meme?
spoke the truth.
Yeah.
Why are you booing when you know I'm right? We get to go both ways this one.
Mhm.
Oh god, I love both of those memes because it's by two hilarious people.
Oh man.
Uh Oh god. What are we even gonna call it? What sort of magical name could we even label it with? Oh god.
I'm trying to think of like my main biggest issues with Wilds. Obviously performance. I crash like once or twice a day. Which is fine because I have it's like saved the game every time, but it is kind of annoying for me to go into a hunt and then the game crashes, so I'm like, dude, are you fucking kidding me?
I legitimately haven't crashed yet. I've been happy with my experience so far.
Well, good for you.
I spent so long shitting on the game, and then I'm like, you know, I'm honestly
haven't
been
had
having
any
a great
issue.
time. And I'm like, it's just, it's been a great time.
If you flip flopped your entire argument right here, I would laugh my ass off.
Like, I'm not taking back my criticisms of the game. Obviously, that's one of our main.
You should have said I am taking back my criticisms.
You know what? I'll take back my initial criticism only because I'm an experienced gamer, and that will just make me sound fucking cocky.
Also, I feel like Monster Hunter does do the low rank. I think they do their tutorials pretty well compared
Yeah.
to other games where they're just like, yeah, we're gonna handhold you until like halfway through the fucking story. For example, Ubisoft games.
No, they handhold you till the end of the story.
But at least in Monster Hunter, they tell you like, yeah, you're in low rank right now, bud. Like, sorry, your ass is fucking cooked right now.
That's not even how Assassin's Creed
At least
works
it ain't no
anymore.
Warframe where the tutorial's 60 hours
Oh
long.
my god, don't even get me started on Warframe's tutorial. That shit is literally like the first 3 fucking solar systems. And you're like, dude.
Literally.
It's there are several games that we all know have problems because of length due to what everybody would perceive is the beginning area. And we all know what game has the shortest and greatest tutorial of all time, and it's obviously Dark Souls. You get about a mile of linear path that tells you the basic controls. You got to defeat one dude, and there you go.
I think that this is also a difference in genre because Dark Souls is a roguelike, but Monster Hunter is an action. Would you consider it a hack and slash?
What is?
Maybe I just consider it action,
What is
not hack and slash.
What is Elden Ring at any point if not a hack and slash after you get certain weapons?
Bold and brash.
More like
belongs in the trash. I'm not gonna lie. After that DLC, I wasn't disappointed, but I wasn't happy either. Like that DLC didn't. Yeah, that DLC didn't make me feel anything. I was just kind of like,
Shadow
yeah,
of
that
the
was kind of cool.
Erdtree.
Yeah, Shadow of the Erdtree.
Yeah,
It like I finished it and I
it
was
was
like, that was cool, I
cool, but
guess.
I was like, this didn't like to add too much to the general game itself.
Yeah,
What?
and
It added so much lore into the game, and it was so beautiful. I don't know what you
lore.
two were on
No,
about.
lore aspects
Ugh.
aside,
I
lore
mean,
aspects and art direction aside, because those were like they did do really well with the lore
I
aspects and
feel
the
like
art
I agree with
direction.
everyone else on the topic of that DLC and how it should have just been added on the base game in general.
Yeah, I 1000%. I
When
don't
you
like.
compare it to like their past DLC where you go to an actual entirely different new world.
I and I
I
don't know if this is a hot take or not, but I don't think that that DLC was worth the amount of money I spent on it. It was like what, fucking 40
It
$40,
bucks?
was $40.
50
If
if
it
you
was
wanted the soundtrack.
25, I would be like, okay, sure.
Yeah, like I think it should have been like 25 or 30 for how big it was. Cuz like
I
the size of it is like you're thinking, "Oh, it's open world, so obviously it's going to be a lot more time like traveling through everything to collect shit." And at a like at a base level without a whole lot of like critical thinking, you're looking at it like, okay, I spent like 30 hours in this open world. I feel like I got my money's worth, when really open world games are meant to be taken, like you're meant to play them longer. Because you have to go from point A to point B, and that's longer usually than a very linear game like Dark Souls. Uh, I guess Dark Souls 2 is probably the most linear in the series, I'd say. Because that's the only game I can think of where they're expressly just like, go here, and you run straight there.
Dark
I'd
Souls
say
3
they're
might be
all
more.
linear.
What is it?
The only one that's not linear is like Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Demon
I,
Souls can technically be fashioned as non-linear because you can technically.
I was
Oh,
gonna.
yeah, Demon Souls is like a whole different like can of beans right there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it is.
yeah. I was gonna say original Dark Souls, but I remember there were different paths you could take to
Yeah,
get to
which
certain objectives. So I
do
was
you
like,
want to
maybe
go back
that's
to
not a
Kingsguard?
dude. Finding that crow's nest was the biggest pile of shit I've. Now, if you want to talk
Uh,
about bad design, the quest lines in the OG Dark Souls are fucking bad, dude.
yeah.
You talk to this half-dead naked man who literally tells you, "Go find the tree with the big old nest full of poopy," and you go, "Okay, where that at though?" And he goes, "Somewhere
It's in the forest
over
full of
there."
other trees.
I love Miyazaki. I should not need Vadi Vidya to decipher the story of the world.
I
Dude,
mean, just think of how Dark Souls was before Vadi came along. Nobody knew the lore.
That was everybody just enjoyed the games, and everybody
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
"Yeah, you know, I defeated this one dude that I saw in a book or read on this one item this one time."
also everybody kind of just like had their own headcanons of what the lore was, so they'd just fight each other about it.
You remember when FromSoft had a contest for whoever could explain the lore to them, they'd get like a cash prize and a free copy of Dark Souls 3. And then they specifically said Vadi's not allowed to enter because he knows too much.
That's hilarious. That's the
Oh.
right person to ban, though.
Yeah, so true. Dude, that I still can't get over that
Ban
crow's.
the Messiah.
I still can't get over that fucking crow's nest quest in Dark Souls. I did that shit like almost a decade ago, and I'm still pissed off. You know how long I spent searching for that fucking nest? I was
Listen,
doing
man.
that shit for like 2 fucking days, man. In a game that's like
Listen.
fucking maybe 15 hours.
Listen, it seems like a skill issue.
Zach, I carried Smo's hammer ass naked as a green fucking frog.
They hated him for he spoke the truth. Thanks, April.
No, but it was really funny. I named myself fucking Mikey Judah, and I would every time I would play the game, I would blast Mario Judah, and I made my character look like fucking Michelangelo. So he was just a green man with a
Mario
turtle shell.
Judah.
Yeah, fucking Mikey Judah. So he had Smo's hammer. He was ass naked except for like a thing that looked like a turtle shell on his back. and I made his face mega fucked up. And there's this time we were in that big ass library. This dude invaded us, so uh, Jacob and I were like, dude, let's run across the hallway and hide beside the door and wait for him to come through. So we fucking shimmy our way down this hallway. I take the left side, he takes the right side. This poor fucking bastard walked into the hallway, looked back behind him, then turned around and kept walking towards us. And I was like, dude, he fucked up. He should have turned around when he had the chance. He gets through the doorway, and I shit you not, this man, within a nut hair of a fucking second, looks me dead in the fucking eye as my hammer is coming down over his head, and all you see is him get flattened against the floor, and you hear him go, oh, until he faded into fucking non-existence. It was the funniest fucking shit I've ever seen in a Souls game.
Can we talk about those trees in 2 that moaned when you hit them? They did not need to do that.
Dude, it's not as good as the fucking death sounds in 1 though. The death sounds in 1 are fucking peak. Where you hit someone, they go, oh, oh, oh.
God, all the other ones later on, you're just screaming in despair as you perish. What would
The ones in 3 were pretty good because they're like genuine screams. They're like screams of fucking horror.
What would you say your favorite weapon has been across the series so far?
Against Souls?
Yeah. All across it.
All across Souls, huh?
All across Souls.
Greatsword.
Greatsword?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Just the category, Greatsword.
Oh, just the category? Okay, okay.
Because the 3 of us know I've used the normal Greatsword through like every single game except for expressly Elden Ring. And I purposefully didn't use it in the original Dark Souls because I think it was either not in there or it took too long to get it. So I got Smo's Hammer instead. Also because I was making a meme character, so it was like, I'm not gonna use my main weapon on a meme character. But in 2, 3... I guess I can't count Bloodborne as well. Damn, did I ever use... No. I guess I didn't use the Greatsword all that much, did I?
No. We can separate out the other games. I just want from the Souls series your favorite weapon across the series. If you had a certain one that really comes to your mind. Obviously, everybody loves the Moonlight Greatsword. We saw one earlier in the mall.
What weapons did I use in Elden Ring? I used the Black Flame Greatsword.
Oh,
what
God,
else did I use?
I'd be torn. The claws, I love the claws. Moonveil is my top weapon for the first playthrough I did. If we're going to talk about a blade,
okay,
yeah.
I think I can comfortably say Greatsword because in Elden Ring I used the Black Flame Greatsword. I used that broken Greatsword that you could like cast magic with. Was it Moonlight? You would like create a beam and just like earn an arc, and you would throw an arc of magic at someone.
Yeah, that was the.
Yeah, that's the Moonlight.
Okay, yeah. I used the Moonlight, and I also used a Vike's spear.
Oh, and DLC item. Loved the moveset for it. Dryleaf Dan's wraps.
They did like crazy shit with the DLC weapons. That was my favorite part of the DLC, I think, was the new weapons.
The new move sets they really brought into the game, that was something I really appreciated, because I feel like going forward, the next Elden Ring, we're gonna have some crazy move sets.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think our character will ever be able to fly?
You need to play Armored Core.
Dude, okay,
I think that's the answer you need.
Somebody asked me what would be the funniest thing to face in Night Rain, and I said it'd be so funny to get to the end of Night Rain and the last boss is just an Armored Core. You're
Oh my
just
God.
you're a bunch of regular guys facing a robot flying around shooting explosives and everything.
Oh, what's his name from Armored Core 6? There's a guy specifically who chases you around. Uh,
Patches.
Oh yeah,
No.
wait, isn't Patches in Armored Core as well? Isn't he named something else? Isn't he like the
Oh
Jackal
God,
or
yeah.
something?
Yeah, he is named something else in it. Hold on. I'm gonna look this up because there's a character, he's like a rookie bounty
I
hunter that you destroy his mech and you think he's dead, but he keeps coming back to try to kick your ass. And every
Oh,
time
yeah.
he comes back, you keep beating him, and he's like, "Why the fuck can't I kill you?"
I just would absolutely adore that. Just like one of these days, I'm expecting me to walk into the wrong door in a Souls game, and immediately there's an Armored Core on the other side that I gotta deal with. That happens, shit in my pants, because there's a tall robot that's probably gonna move faster than me. Uh, my God. Bloodborne. Ooh, Saw Cleaver. I'm a
Also, Saw
classic
Cleaver.
boy. I don't think there's really any other weapon in Bloodborne that I really had a fondness for as much as I did the Saw Cleaver.
Oh, here we go. List of enemies in Armored Core 6.
Uh, okay.
Ooh. I know a funny pick that they could add to Night Rain as an Armored
Yeah.
Core character. It would be oh fuck. He's from Arquebus. I think he's from Arquebus. AC6 Arquebus. His name is if I can find it.
Man,
You know what they should add as a weapon?
What's that?
The Dark Souls 2 ladle.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
I feel like the one missed opportunity that I think Miyazaki should do more of is just putting ridiculous items that have unimaginable power in Dark Souls.
Oh, his name is Snail. His name is V2 Snail.
I feel like I feel like the next ultimate goal for Miyazaki is to have like a weapon quest that involves 17 different steps, and at the end of it I just shove a sword in a stone and pull it back out and it's more powerful.
Creating
You know
your
what's
own.
scary?
Hmm.
The Elden Ring devs also said there's still one secret in the game that nobody's found.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
Could you imagine it's just a picture of fucking Kojima's ballsack or something?
You go under the map, you just see like Miyazaki goateeing the player.
Okay, Kazu, hear me out. Hear me out, Kazu, because I know you completed Armored Core 6, I think.
Yeah.
If they added V2 Snail to Night Rain, you could hear his stupid fucking scream when you kill him. Zach, for
That actually kind of
context,
fire.
Zach, for context, when you beat Snail, he goes, "Beaten by a lonely worm. What? Huh? No, no, no." I probably peaked when I
Fucking
screamed.
voice acting in that game is so funny.
Dude, dude, when I heard that scream, oh my god, Jacob was talking to me about it. He was like, "Have you fought Snail yet?" I was like, "No, not yet." He was like, "Dude, don't skip anything because you need to hear his fucking scream."
You need
So-
to hear it.
His fucking screen came up, I watched him fucking die, he explodes in a blaze of gore, and he just sounds like a fucking rat screaming into the abyss. I laughed my fucking ass off, dude. I almost pissed myself.
It's so good.
Also, that game's story was fucking incredible, by the way. Holy shit. I can't wait for the next one. I'm glad the director was also like, damn, I'm really happy that the game's popping off. Because
That's
it was
honestly-
Yeah.
That was
It,
probably the best part about it is Armored Core got a lot of like bump from that
mhm.
release.
Because it was just like Monster Hunter. It was a cult classic. You really didn't hear a whole lot of people in the West playing it.
Well, when was the last Armored Core before that Armored Core?
2013, 2014?
I think so.
Yeah.
With V or Judgment, I think. 5?
Something like that.
Let's see here.
Ooh. What we can all be so
Okay,
excited
so
about, though.
V and... Ooh, hold on. Okay, so V released 2012. Yeah,
I
okay,
think that's what I
Judgment
like
released in
about like
2013.
current gaming is how all these like old franchises are making a resurgence in a way,
Mm-hmm.
especially
The
with how big the gaming market is now.
the thing I'm really excited about is apparently possibly at the Xbox Game Showcase in June, we're going to get a release that the Gears of War collection is coming back and it's coming to PlayStation and Steam as well.
Oh
Oh,
my
nice.
god. It's about time. They've been talking about that thing for like 2 years now.
Dude, they've been sitting on that collection, I swear, for so long.
And like every
Oh,
other month, it's like Xbox is about to announce the Gears of War collection.
Give it to me. Everybody wants to play Gears of War.
so you guys know Rove from Monster Hunter Wilds, right? The Rat Man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So there's a really funny theory that I saw. So if you talk to him, his trading that you can do with him, he specifically wants seaweed and only seaweed.
Ooh.
So the theory is that he smokes it, and that's how he became an enlightened philosopher.
That's funny.
So you're just supplying him with more fucking weed.
You know? Good on him. At least he knows what he wants.
Just chillaxing. I can appreciate that. Just a cool, just a chill guy.
Dude, every time I'm in the fucking caverns, I see him tied up in a spider web, and he goes, "Help me. Please. Somebody. Help me." I'm sitting there like,
Help me,
dude.
please.
Oh my god. I, man. You know what? You know what? You know what joke I've been loving to use every once in a while recently?
What's that?
Fucking Kazu catches me using it every once in a while when like one of us dies in a video game or something. I'll just be like, man, that's pretty sad. They'll go 5 booms to that guy.
Oh my god. Did you see the fucking meme too?
Yeah.
For Wilds? It's like, that hunt gets 5 big booms.
And that's what I was like, oh god.
I'm actually gonna add that to one of my stickers. That's so fucking good.
Yeah, you should.
That Monster Hunter experience gets 5 big booms.
When I'm at my funeral, I need you guys to both go. This funeral gets 5 big booms.
Oh god.
And then you just see, and then the camera just pans to outside the venue, and you see a fucking explosion go off.
Speaking of funerals, did you guys see that the Shadow of Mordor crew got shut down by Warner Brothers?
Yeah. And their greatest
System is gone.
it's under patent until like 2037 or something.
That news gets 5 big booms.
Boom! Boom!
My fucking god.
Man.
Oh god. Dude, I'm so sad. Honestly, I wish more games could use the Nemesis system because it was such a cool feature in the Shadow of Mordor games. The fact
I
that
know
that's
the
just stuck there now. Ugh.
Wonder Woman game they were making was apparently going to use a different form of that. Or it's basically the entirely opposite. Instead of like getting a nemesis, you just form alliances.
Ooh.
Mm.
But now that that's entirely scrapped, you'll never see that concept.
I would love the opposite concept of that. God damn it. God, I hate Warner Brothers so fucking much.
It's like when they shut down multiverses, how that's when they started actually trying with it.
I felt so bad for Multiverses the moment that they were like, "All right, we have to shut down and bring it back." And that company tried to do its best, but they had to switch they had to switch engines and do a bunch of other stuff. They were really just fighting the curve there. And then it came back and it was worse because they couldn't round out all the things because they didn't have enough time. They had so much promise, but uh,
You
I
know,
wanted
I'd
what
probably enjoy Multiverses still if I didn't buy the stupid ass Founders pack.
so true.
That was fucking rough, dude.
You think
That's
I could take him to court for that?
that's three big booms for Kazu and Fuli. Losing out on that
5
100
big booms
bucks.
to my bank account. Boom.
Boom.
5 big booms to this Rathalos are just left in this ditch. uh, God. Let's see. We already talked about AMD and their wonderful new graphics card coming out. Or out. Honestly, I hope that this is a good launch. I haven't heard any complaints about they're actually running out of stock of this graphics card, and from what I've heard, they've actually been trying to stockpile of them just to fight the curve of just scalping. So if we can do this in other companies too, I'd be much appreciative of it.
It would be smart if every company prevented scalping.
Did you hear what Nintendo threatened every scalper with the Nintendo Switch 2 launch?
You know what?
They literally said there's not even like an amount that they could buy that they would be able to keep up with the amount that we're already shipping out to keep up with scalping.
I am
So if they're
going.
correct about that,
Kind of not surprised, considering how long Nintendo's had this thing in development, so I would hope
Espe-
they made a stockpile.
I am really hoping that they're not just bluffing, because that would be fucking awesome. That means they would have
fire.
completely learned from their mistake with the Switch 1's launch.
Well, the main problem the Switch 1 had was it happened literally at the beginning of COVID when everybody was stuck indoors, which made like that console literally struck gangbusters that season.
So true. Wait, it didn't come out in COVID. It came out a year or two before COVID.
Hold on, I think it literally released in the same season as
Because
right before it took off.
it was the summer that I went to college. The summer I started going to college, which was
What, the Switch?
2017? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's 2 years before.
hmm
Yeah.
I think it was
I
just an
forgot.
issue of they didn't expect so many people to want it, because it was like essentially the perfect console at the time.
I forgot it wasn't that it was the launch period, it was that it felt like another launch. Oh no, they launched the OLED version of it at the time.
Oh. I do have the OLED version. I have the special Scarlet Violet one.
OLED launch dates.
Also,
Friday 2021. Oh yeah, that's a little bit further into it.
this might be a hot take.
Oh,
Hmm?
Light came out in September of 2019. That's what it was.
You reminded me of something, Zach.
Huh.
And it might be a hot take. So I don't know if you guys saw Critical's video about how everyone was like fucking trashing on him for his opinion on Pokemon.
Oh, dude, give it to me.
Okay. So his opinions are, he said Sword and Shield were fucking horrible, which I agreed with.
Yeah.
He said that Legends Arceus had potential, which I agreed with, but he didn't say whether it was good or bad. So I was in the camp where Arceus was not really a bad game, but it had potential. It should have just stayed in the cooker longer. And he said that Scarlet and Violet were bad, specifically only because of their performance issues. I don't even know if he actually played Scarlet and Violet, but he just said that they were bad, which I disagreed with, because Scarlet and Violet were probably the most fun I've had with a Pokemon game in recent memory, And by recent memory, I mean the last time I think I've had that much fun with a Pokemon game was Sun and Moon. And with Legend ZA, he said, "This just looks like the same shit as Legends Arceus." And everyone was cooking him for his opinion on that because no fucking shit, it's literally just the same fucking formula, but expanded on. Like, what? And he also was wondering why it's not open world like Legends Arceus was. And I think it was because he was missing the point of what Legends is doing. So I disagreed with him on that. I think he had like a I think he had like a misconception of what Legends games are supposed to be.
I think the Pokemon game company is a dinosaur stuck in the past with relics that should not escape the atmosphere anymore. And the sooner that studio dies, the happier everybody will be.
Zach, hands off the multi-billion-dollar company.
Yeah, come on. They barely make enough to keep their staff anymore.
Come on,
I'll
man.
I'll
Those lights
pick 'em
cost
up,
at
I'll
least $60 billion a
I'll
year to keep on.
Pick them up by the fucking collar and shake them around a couple times and fucking put pennies coming out of their pockets. Like I can't defend a giant company that makes this much money and then never advances their games.
I only defend Pokemon for the shit that I feel like is worth defending, you know, like game design. Because game design, like Critical was criticizing the choice to
Oh no,
make
Abram. Hey, hold on. I need to specify, Abram. Abram,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not talking about. I'm just talking about the studio that makes the games right now because I feel like they failed the gaming industry by not making better games. I feel like they make so much money from the games that they should be supplying better experiences to their players. As for the entire IP, yeah, Pokemon as an entire IP can stay. The card game's doing fantastic. The animes are doing just fine. I agree that Pokemon as an entire IP has so much room to run. I just
I
want
think they
somebody
can just
else
get
to
a
make a better
company
game.
than Game
Oh,
Freak.
wait.
Exactly.
Wait, is that
Game Freak sucks ass.
Is that Abram Records?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my boy. I fucking love Abram.
Yeah.
He's one of my Mabinogi guild mates. He's cool.
Oh, sweet.
Um,
I'm mainly just talking about it in the overall essence that I feel like Game Freak has failed the gamers.
well, it's mostly because of their fucking executives, because they're fucking dinosaurs that only have experience
yeah.
with DS technology. So it's like,
Yeah,
it's rough.
that's also the problem is that they'll never get rid of anybody in those sort of positions.
Hmm. And you know, like those past Game Freak executive or past Game Freak employees said, the issue with Game Freak isn't that no one's doing their jobs. It's just that upper management is so set in their ways that they refuse to learn anything new and they force it on the new people.
Yeah.
But when the new people are trying to innovate and make the games better, then they put all of the work on those new people, which is why Game Freak has such a high overturn rate. People quit the company and then new people come in, then they get overworked, then they quit the company, and so on and so forth.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna have a different conversation that I want to have about the games industry.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm tired. Okay.
God, you had to take a breather for this one.
The original team that made MW2, a fan favorite of everybody's.
Modern Warfare 2?
For Call of Duty.
Yeah.
The original, not any of the fucking remakes
Yeah,
or anything. Just the original MW2
I actually like the remake.
Made by like 100 people.
Mm-hmm.
Only 100 people.
Mm-hmm.
My problem is that these large companies have like over 1,000 employees, and they're like, man, we can't make games.
I think my problem what that issue comes down to?
No. I think my problem is that they're trying to use 1,000 people to make one game when they should be making 10 teams of 100 people make 10 games.
Do you know what the bigger issue is? It's the fact that they don't know how to
It's every company grows too large and becomes meddling.
Oh no, like having 1,000 employees is fine. It's just if you don't have the ability to
Processes. All the processes usually fall down. You don't have the management structure to actually handle any communication, and projects get stalled. This is exactly what's happened to Ubisoft.
Yeah, like, God, that word was so fucking close to the word I was thinking of. Like, you have that many people, but the people that are organizing everything are doing a piss poor job. So the people that are actually working on the project are given deadlines that they can't meet,
Yes.
and they're also told like, "Hey, do this," and you're like, "Oh, that's not my specialty though. I'm in fucking like I don't know. I guess I'm an R&D or I'm a 3D modeler. Why are you trying? I'm a 3D modeler that specifically is making
There-
like this part of the game. Why are you telling me to go make this part of the game now? It's shit
Yeah.
like that."
This is the exact reason why I can tell everybody the exact way to improve the gaming industry right now. The gaming industry would improve greatly if a bunch of old people just died right now.
Also, don't even get me started on storyboarding, because if there's anything that is the biggest issue, and it's not even just gaming, this is across like every medium. In every medium, every single medium suffers from some fucking old dudes in suits coming in. You introduce
thinking they know everything.
You introduce your story to them, and you're like, "Hey, this is a product that I think is worth selling." And their first thing is like, "Okay, but do you have numbers? Like, have you talked to people about this? Did you do like surveys to see how many people, like how much engagement you got for this?" And you're sitting there like, "Brother, I'm just bringing an idea to you," and they're like, "We don't see this selling," so then they just can it. That's what happened to Owl House.
I genuinely had a. We were talking about Owl House earlier, actually.
Yeah, that's what happened to Owl House. They fucking canned it because the old farts over there were like, "We don't see people being invested in this," and it genuinely cost them fucking millions canceling it.
People have told me at least it got an ending.
Yeah.
We were talking about it earlier. People have suggested I watch it, but I haven't yet. What are your opinions on Owl House?
I haven't watched it either, but of what I know, it seems really good. I think that there's a lot of characters that are very well written, and there's a really cool plot twist.
Let's see. It was a conversation I had, or it was a thought I had earlier on in the week, and it was me thinking about how many people at major studios, like people we would consider triple A game studios. I wonder how many people in those actual studios play other games besides the games their studio makes.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing, because the dude who directs all the Monster Hunter stuff, he's a lot like Miyazaki, where he's like, "I just want to make a game that I believe is like the most fun for me."
Yeah.
And when he made Monster Hunter, his original idea was, "I just want to have a game that I can play with my friends, or I can play what's the fucking grammar I'm trying to look for here? I just want to make a game that I can play together with my friends." Yes, thank you. Holy shit.
Are you trying not to say play with my friends? Yeah, I want to play with my friends.
I'm trying not to say it as like play with my friends. I'm trying not to double up on words, but
I'm gonna play my friend's little head off.
So
you're trying not to get crass with it, huh?
Yeah. But that's why Monster Hunter is, I mean, there's a bunch of different reasons why Monster Hunter is extremely charming and why it kind of broke out into the mainstream scene. Because number one, Capcom is fucking great at advertising. And then number two, Monster Hunter is genuinely just like the epitome of gaming. You just chilling with friends doing fucking cool shit. Not a care in the world, you know? Because, you know, when most people play games, they don't want to be stressed. They don't want to play fucking Call of Duty.
All right.
Ranked competitive for fucking 12 hours a day.
I didn't want to bring it up, but you're bringing it up.
Oh no.
There are 5 different party systems in that godforsaken game.
What in Wilds?
There's like environmental link, there's the other link, you can make a private party, you can make it in the lobby, you can
I can explain everything to you. So you can only make one link.
Oh, only one link?
There's a link. Yeah, you're thinking. I know what you're thinking of though. So there's an environmental link, and
Oh
there's a
yeah, where it
party
links up the
link.
yeah, and there's
Yeah.
yeah.
Environmental link is anyone can join your environment, and it's not a party. It's just people in your environment. Party
No, I
link
got
is
that.
like an actual party.
Yeah. And whenever I
Then
join an activity, they get sent an invite that says they can join.
yeah, lobby is obviously just like a lobby.
Yeah.
And then private lobby is private lobby.
Yeah.
So, I do think that the system is extremely bloated. It doesn't need to be that bloated because it wasn't that bloated in World. But World also had a different multiplayer system, so
we gave each
it's
other
kinda
a
like,
code
you
and
know,
that was it. We just
yeah.
joined on a code.
Yeah.
It was easy. It was so fucking simple. Why can't we just type in passwords like
Yeah, and I think the reason that they made it like this is because they saw that an issue with the World is that you couldn't play with your friends and then also play with other people in a lobby without doing like an SOS signal. And so they wanted to kind of merge both where you could be with your friends in a lobby and also a bunch of other people. But they did it very poorly.
That's fair.
But I do think it's bloated. But it is really easy to navigate once you're through the fucking eye-searing, fucking brain-annihilating UI.
Yeah, you know what they should have innovated? Their fucking UI system.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude, the dial. The fucking... Oh god. The dial's rough. Why do I have to... so, on the dial, you know how you can use your D-pad on controller to select between the different radial dials for your
Yeah.
submenu? Why the fuck... If I press down, why does it not fucking go down? Why does it go left or right?
I'm glad that wasn't only me because I was getting pissed off with
No,
that.
yeah, why do you have to go, okay, I want to get to the very bottom of my sub-menu radials, so I have to click left, down, right to get to the bottom
Guys,
one. That makes no fucking sense.
Guys, it's the team's second game. You gotta give them some slack. Honestly, I feel like they're Picasso already with the brushes.
We had better UI in our Roblox games. That's not true. I mean,
whose fault is that for designing better Roblox games?
Maybe it's a little true, actually.
Listen, you have a bunch of experience across a multitude of games, and you're able to apply that to understand on why something's terrible.
Hello.
And you're taking all that experience, and we're looking at a certain experience, and we're complaining about it like reasonable people.
You know, it's funny whenever I hear someone tell me like, you don't have any experience in the games industry. I'm like, dude, what the fuck I do, man? What are you talking about?
If anything, the moment we started this podcast or before this podcast, we started gaining more information very rapidly about the games industry that we shouldn't have known.
Genuinely, if I hadn't started streaming, I would still be making games.
The same, honestly.
Like I think the big cutoff for me making games was me going to college and then also streaming.
Yeah. Too much just stacked on top of everything.
Mm-hmm. Like, I couldn't do all fucking 3, because I was working on games, like... I don't know, it kind of varied, actually. It'd be, like, anywhere from, like, 2 to fucking 8 hours a day with Kazu.
Yeah.
And then I went to college, I was like, I can't do this, make games, and have a fucking job at the same time. This is horrible. So I just stopped making games, because it was the least lucrative at that point, because I was making more money from my job.
Imagine if we kept making games and we were just making millions off of them like they are now.
Yeah, dude, we make the next fucking Adopt Me. That would be fucking insane.
I mean, it's highly possible. I mean, now more than ever, it's easier to become a millionaire from Roblox than any other thing.
I still have that like halfway done Tycoon that I was working on.
Listen, I have a game. It's called Bluebee Blaster. It's pretty fire. I'm not gonna lie.
We need to put him in a body bag.
His lies and slander.
Can we put him in a body bag? Like, not even
I'm,
dead. Like, keep
I'm
him alive.
usually
Just put him down the river.
it's so funny. I'm usually never this guy. I'm never this guy on the podcast.
Yeah, that's usually me.
Yeah, and they are being so serious right now, and I am just going off the cuff. I have been the wild card this entire podcast.
Oh my god. Dude, I will
Oh.
never forget when we were working on that new game on Roblox. Your ass was like, guys, I'll help you. And then you made a single fucking house, and you're like, alright, I'm done. And then Kazu and I were like, well, we can't just leave it fucking sitting here. I guess we'll put it in the game. And I remember the day that update dropped, when Kazu and I were in the game, I had fucking Blunt walk up to me and he went, who the fuck made this house, dude? And I was like, oh, that was Zach. Or, well, I said Fully because that was your name.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that was
Or whatever
Fully.
I was using at the time. Yeah.
I was like, that was Fully. He was like, wait, he actually makes stuff? He isn't just an alt account? I was like, no, dude, he's real.
I'm glad my actual appearance was verified to people in the server by one singular house.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Learned so much about combining assets and everything with that one house. It was so great. Kazu taught me so much with that one house.
Man, that house contributed so much and nothing.
I remember when Kazu and I learned Blender to fucking make trees and shit. That was horrible. I wanted to.
It's pretty bad.
I wanted to paint the walls.
That's fair.
And then eventually I was just like, fuck it, dude. I'm gonna use Blender to make thumbnails and shit. That was actually a lot of fun, making thumbnails with Blender.
Honestly, I feel like the biggest advice we can ever give anybody is that the true way to be a good content creator is try to streamline as much of the process as possible.
Always stream to TikTok if you want fast growth gamers.
I guarantee you that guy, that deck builder guy over there, he has a dedicated framework for his little thumbnails.
I actually do. It's really fun. Well, okay.
Yeah, see, look.
Sometimes it's inconsistent. Sometimes it's inconsistent, but that's because I experiment with new thumbnails to see if I use that feature on YouTube to see if like which one people click on the most.
Yeah, like when you go from your right hand to your left hand. Yeah, I understand.
What?
Nothing to worry about. When you're right, man, and you just go for the lefty.
It's that feature where they show a bunch of different people your thumbnails, and whichever one gets the most interaction, that becomes the set thumbnail. So some of my thumbnails are like mega fucked.
I'm actually kind of happy with some of the things that YouTube is currently trying to experiment with.
I'm glad they added that thing where you're forced to put if something is made with AI or not.
That was pretty good. They're going to be adding in the future like various other tools that can suggest titles that may work better, or it will give you a list of it will just give you recommendations and stuff to improve upon, whether it be title, description, or various other things. But the other things that they're working on cooking with right now that I wanted to talk about is they're actually going to be incorporating other streaming services directly into YouTube TV now.
Oh, cool. Nice.
So they're going to be trying to get like Paramount Plus, Max, and Crunchyroll directly through YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Dude, if that starts getting just included in all that and I could just get it all on YouTube, oh yeah. It's gonna be a whole new world.
If I could just pay for one service like the olden days, it'd be peak.
Oh, also, I would be streaming on TikTok right now, but I genuinely think that I would get banned again if I streamed the podcast specifically on TikTok because of all the shit we talk about.
That's fair.
Because
oh no, I just meant like gameplay. I don't want to stream a podcast on there at all.
No, because genuinely their TOS is like fucked. Their terms of service is like mega fucked. You can't say shit on TikTok.
Wow.
Like, genuinely,
And you
Zach.
can't speak no politics. You can't speak no.
Zach, if I looked at you right now and I said, Zach, you're a stupid piece of shit, I would get banned on TikTok.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
It is
it's very
so.
strict,
It is
but it's
so
sadly the
fucked.
fastest way for exposure.
Mm-hmm.
Also, YouTube added a premium light version.
Let me guess. That's with reduced ads.
It will have most videos ad free, and yeah.
Incredible. Wow. Fucking useless. Just use an ad blocker.
They've been okay. Well, the problem now is that they've really been cracking down on ad blockers, though.
Nah, man, mine still works.
Well, yours still works
For
because
now.
you don't. You,
No, don't
you,
tell them. No. Mm-mm.
No, I already know you're on the plan.
No, nah. They're lying.
You see,
Big,
it'll only work until Zach kicks us off.
big Pharma's trying to spread the lie that I
Me.
pay for YouTube Premium.
Big Zarka.
Big
Zarka. Damn.
Big expert gamer.
Big. God damn it.
Hmm.
It doesn't even
Big
like
flame man.
Big,
God.
big fully.
Flame Man 92 is such a fucking still.
Dude, I need to convince him to change his name back to Flame Man 92.
It's a classic.
So for
Classic.
context, one of my one of my best friends, his old username was Flame Man 92, and we were all the first time we were all in the party together on PlayStation. Everyone was like meeting each other. I was like, yeah, this is Kazu, this is Zach, this is Ethan, this is Jacob, so on and so forth. And we were talking about stupid fucking usernames. And I think Chevy was like, quick, someone give me a stupid fucking username. And Zach said, Flameman92. And everybody in the call started fucking dying laughing. And my buddy Ethan just looked at him, he was like, dude, I gotta change this fucking username.
Oh my god. It was so much better because I had just changed my username from Gaming Expert 310 to actually Fully Perishable.
Dude, there's this. Oh my god, this was so good. Ethan was showing us his really old YouTube comments, like when he was 12 years old.
Oh.
He was commenting on some Shadow the Hedgehog creepypasta video, and he was like, dude, I can't remember exactly, but it was something along the lines of, you big idiots, you don't know anything about Shadow the Hedgehog. It was just shit like that, and he was like, I don't know why I showed you guys that, but it was so fucking cringe.
Oh, God, that's so hilarious. That's a good comment to leave when you're 12.
Dude, he ended up deleting all of his comments because all of them were just him being like fucking big baby 12-year-old mad at people.
That's hilarious.
You stupid Sonic fan freaks.
Only children and idiots get mad on the internet.
Can confirm, as I am both a child and an idiot.
And on the internet.
Oh yeah.
Now, speaking of things in the real world, not that fake internet place, we got cool shit going on.
Like what?
Scientists have bred woolly mice on their journey to bring back the mammoth.
It's fucking over. Oh
Okay,
no,
that answers the question. Why do we need the mammoth back?
They're thinking actually about introducing it back into Arctic areas, and it will help with climate effects.
I like it, but I think they should also be applying it to animals that are currently going extinct.
Fair. They are currently testing around with the. Oh, well,
Yeah.
To answer Kazu's question, mammoths are technically a source of megafauna. They're technically a living ecosystem that moves around themselves. So they would they would help the environment by being able to circulate and add things to it. So hopefully there would be a knock-on effect, and there would be thriving in ecosystems instead of the rise of things just not being there.
Rise, my child.
But you are correct. They are also hoping that they can bring back certain other other certain animals like the dodo or the white rhino or the
Dude.
Tasmanian tiger.
Dude, if they wait, is the kiwi extinct still? I remember seeing something that it was making a comeback.
I think the kiwi's fine right now.
I want to look it up.
And the pandas, I think, are fine now because everybody just left them alone and they fucked anyways.
Why the fuck did we save the pandas anyway? Like, they
No,
don't.
you want to? Okay.
They genuinely
no,
don't provide anything to their ecosystem, do they?
Yeah. I think they do technically. But you know what the funnier thing
let me
is?
preface this with we should save every animal that we can, but panda is such a weird one for us to prioritize, right?
Add something to the ecosystem, but the funnier thing to me is that we tried everything to save them and then we just left them alone and then they saved themselves. That's my one problem.
It's just like they eat like, something that can't sustain them for the long term, so it's like
man, I don't know what to tell you. It's so like I don't know, man. We're working on stuff here.
The kiwi has roughly 68,000 members of its species left, and that number is decreasing by 2% every year. So 2% of 68,000. A 1,360 of them approximately die every year. That's a pretty big number.
Dang. They should consider themselves lucky. There's only one of me.
Damn.
What the fuck?
Ooh.
That was a really good one. I have to clip that. That was like impressive, actually.
That was the stupidest joke I could have made.
I am like actually in awe at how just like good that joke was.
Speaking of living computers.
Yeah.
Boom.
Scientists have actually dropped the first code deployable biological computer. We've made our first biological computer, guys.
Nice.
It pumps, it thumps, it can calculate.
Dude, is the wind just throwing the chairs all over the porch right now? What is happening?
Other than that, I don't have anything else to talk about.
I got some things.
No. All right, what do you got?
Where's my opera? Oh, there it is.
Oh, obviously we need to talk about Solo Leveling and how it just keeps being the best anime of all time.
Okay, I actually have a criticism. That newest episode with his mom.
Yeah.
I felt like the build-up wasn't that great. I feel like they could have done the build-up better. But it was a good episode. It was a good episode. And
why could they have done the build-up better?
I feel like it was kind of it felt less like a main plot point and more like a side plot that was kind of tacked on.
I mean,
and I feel like the webtoon probably does that way better at showcasing like does it not?
It's also a side thing.
Oh really? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a side quest technically. It becomes it even is given to him as a side quest technically.
Because my criticism of it is that it should have been fleshed out more and made more important, because he, the main character, portrays it as it being the only reason that he became a hunter was to help his mom, but then it kind of ends up being like put on the back burner and you forget about it for a couple episodes before being reminded of it in like an offhand comment or something.
He had to be a hunter because he was constantly paying for the medical bills for his mom and putting his sister through school.
Yeah, but the main thing was like the mom stuff, because he could have just worked like an ordinary job for just his sister. But because the mom was hospitalized, he was like,
disease that she was constantly hospitalized. Yeah,
like he had to become a hunter for his mom.
Yeah,
More
because it was the
specifically.
best money he
Yeah.
could get at the time.
But my criticism is I expected it to be like a more emotional moment, but when it came up it felt like it didn't really hit as hard as it should have. And I think it was because of the confliction between what happened in the episode prior versus what happened when he was able to save his mom. You know, like there's it's just like almost 20 minutes of nonstop fighting, and then we get to that moment and it's like maybe 5 minutes of that moment, and you're like, damn, this feels like it should have been its entire own episode.
I thought we lived in that moment for a long time, and that was a mass majority of the episode.
I think it was about 5-ish minutes. I over exaggerated the length of the fight. The fight was more like maybe 12-15 minutes of him like getting to the final boss of the tower. But it was like right after that, it was about a minute of him getting the elixir and then running back to his mom. And then from that point, it was about 5, maybe 8 minutes of him with his mom, when I felt like it should have been a whole 24.
I don't know, because every emotion that I felt from his face and everything, I felt it conveyed everything that I wanted it to, and I really got in depth with it.
They conveyed the emotion on the characters really well. I agree with that. I just think that the emotional impact it may have intended to have on the viewer was not as impactful as it should have been. It kind of reminded me of what's a good example? What's an anime we both watched where we were both like, yeah, this was good, but this one part didn't hit as much as it should have. Oh, did we both watch Goblin Slayer?
I've seen a couple of episodes, but
Fuck. Damn it. I'll have to think of one for later. And then I'll like mention it, or maybe not. It probably doesn't matter that much.
I think in a series where everything has been such a breakneck pace, the time that it gives in that specific scene and how long I feel that scene takes to sit with the viewer is perfectly within what I was expecting it to be.
It felt like I think the author of Solo Leveling has mastered the art of like a power fantasy dynamic, because Solo Leveling is probably one of my like top 5 power fantasy anime that I've seen.
Yeah.
But I think that trade-off comes with the author not being, how do I word this? Like because they're an expert in that category, they're not really an expert
Lacking
in like
others.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
I
yeah.
understand where
yeah.
you're coming from.
Yeah. Like how in for example in ReZero is really good at the emotional impact, but it's not very good at the action, and like there's not a whole lot of action in ReZero.
My problem is that you watch a lot of emotional things. From a power fantasy standpoint, the scene it delivers is way above what I expected.
This is true. I do watch a lot of anime with more emotional plot lines.
I think you're expecting like deep emotions and cuts and everything, but from the actual story you're getting, I think it's a deep emotional cut for where you to have Jinwoo go through all this experience, and the person who finally breaks his facade is his mom.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, like the episode was still great. It was still like I gave it like a fucking 8 out of 10.
I think it plays all perfectly well. I just think from your standpoint, you're coming at it from an experience of how much emotional things you've seen from other things that have done it so much more raw.
Yeah, like it's a power fantasy anime. Like it's not going to do everything. No, like no one does everything perfectly, obviously.
No.
My expectation for the catharsis that he would have from or even the catharsis that I would have from seeing him complete the one thing that started the whole anime, and I guess also the webtoon. Uh, I felt it. I kind of wanted it to have like a more emotional impact on the viewer. You know, like imagine if when that scene hits, everybody cried.
You're wrong. That's not what started the show.
Oh, he needed to become a hunter to save his mom, right? I mean,
well,
putting his sister in school aside, because he could theoretically get another job to put his sister in school.
No. You basically you're looking at basically that's just his character description. The basic thing that pushes Solo Leveling forward is the moment that he dies in that gate.
Yeah. And experiences his awakening. Well, yeah. that isn't like what starts. That's not like what starts his. Well, it starts his journey, but yes, that starts like a different journey. Like his mom being put in the hospital started his journey as a hunter.
And what I'm telling you is basically he was a clerk at a gas station, and then bam, he's the isekai person now.
Yeah.
It started when he became the isekai person.
Mm-hmm. But
and that was when he died in that gate.
But he wouldn't be a hunter without his mom being in the hospital. Because he even says in that episode, the only reason I became a hunter was to get this, to do this, and now I finally have it. And so when he gets to the hospital, he has that moment of catharsis, but I didn't really have that moment of catharsis because I didn't have a whole lot of time with the character. He was
screaming about wanting more power on that pedestal before he died.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, because, you know, if he dies, then his mom is fucked and his sister's fucked too. So, you know, I can kind of understand that. And also, he was tired of being weak, which, like, you know, I feel like a lot of people, if offered the ability to just have the power to do what they want to do and need to do, they would take it.
I know what truly is driving every force behind the entire story. But that's not here yet. That's a season 3 Solo Leveling.
Are you talking about like the OG Monarch, the one who gave him his powers and shit?
We start getting into like actual wars and things later on that we.
And also the reason why the system is censoring people and shit, so that he doesn't understand what's going on. Yeah, I know a little bit. I don't know all of it.
Yeah,
I've only the only stuff I know is like shit from TikTok and Twitter. So
yeah, we have other things that we have to play with and what's actually going on with the world.
Mm-hmm. Which, for what it's worth, I want you to know that this is a 9 out of 10 for me. It's damn near a 10 out of 10. I can't give it a 10 out of 10 until I finish it though. But
it's everybody's been telling me the main problem. You are correct. It's an exact problem that every other character in Solo Leveling you don't care as much about because they're not Jinwoo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Actually, there are a couple of characters I care about, but it's because I'm interested in learning more about them. Like the new devil girl. Her name is it Eri?
Congratulations, you never see her again.
There's no way, right? Genuinely, there's no way, because she's in the opening, in the city. Right? Do it. I'm gonna have to look this up. I have to spoil myself. I can't even remember her name, so...
If anything, he might return one more time to get a reward when they take it over, but other than that, I don't think they actually return anymore.
Fuck, dude, she was such a cool character, and he even commented about how he's, like, attracted to Crazy. So it was like, oh, dude...
That's not the romance character.
Oh, I know. I kind of figured. I figured the romance character was blonde girl.
We already knew that. There was smelling going on. That we already.
The blonde girl literally walked up and sniffed him as her first interaction with him. I was like, yeah, they're gonna marry each other. Like, just fucking immediately. Like that
And that
was
was
like
wild. That's a fantasy for fans, for the main protagonist, for the lead girl to just come up and sniff him.
yeah, like that is quite literally like what I expected from a power fantasy is the love interest to come up to him, sniff him, and be like, "This is a good dude." Like that's how I expected the love interest to introduce themselves. But yeah, yeah, like all of solo leveling has been fucking incredible so far. It's just that one scene I felt like I was criticizing a little harsher than anything else because it's like the emotional impact is like the one thing that I really strive to feel from anime, which is why ReZero is so big for me.
Okay. Separate emotional impact from the from solo leveling. How did you feel in any of those fights? Like when you
Okay,
turn the ogres against
the
themselves.
ogre fight was cool as fuck. Dude, I was so hyped. Oh my god! And when the hunters found out that he was that strong, I was like, dude, it's fucking over, bro. Everyone's gonna be like, this dude can just whoop my ass in 2 seconds flat. I was like, it's about fucking time people find out how strong he is. Dude, that was good catharsis. That felt good. That was
Yeah,
great.
see, the when it needs to do it right, it'll give you what you need.
Even the fight with the demon lord at the top of the tower was fucking incredible because there wasn't a whole lot of build-up for like introducing the demons there and stuff, but the author did it really well, and the director of the anime did it really well because during the fight, when I was watching Eri express like, I am watching two gods fucking tear the realms apart right now, I was like, dude, it's so fun watching other characters and expressions and interactions with how Jinwoo fucking fights, dude. It's just like, oh, fuck.
Even better, you know what's funny is that his summons are going to get more emotional development as characters than some of the characters within the manga.
Yeah, I saw fucking
Within the
Big Boy
show.
over there drag the goddamn dragon corpse over to
Oh,
him.
do you
I was
love
like, okay.
Do you
I was
love
like,
how
dude,
Tanks
just can
being
think
gets
for
so giddy?
Dude, I was like, alright, man could just think for himself now, I guess.
Oh god, I love Tank so much. Just drags the dragon over, and I'm like, yeah, the mount, yes.
No, it's funny because I thought that they were all just mindless minions until he summoned the tank, and then Tank and what's the other one's name? The skinny one?
Oh, oh god damn it.
Why didn't he just give them their original names? That's actually another criticism I had. It's a criticism that doesn't fucking matter. But why didn't he just give them their original names?
Oh god.
Dude, their original names were so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, except for Tank. Tank's name was like fucking whatever. It was like fucking what? Like fucking Dingle Boy or some shit.
Tingle Boy. God. Tingle Boy. Igris.
Igris, yeah. Igris is cool. I like Igris.
Igris is solid. Love
also,
Igris.
Igris looks really similar to the demon soldiers that he fought.
What, the ones that he
with Eri in them? Specifically the armor. Like Igris's armor looks really similar to demon armor.
All right. minor territory here.
What is Igris fucking 12 years old?
No. You remember how you were like, you remember how you were like the original monarch and everything?
Oh, is the original monarch the fucking demon lord, like the OG demon lord or some shit?
No, imagine basically these things are falling in Jinwoo's path because somebody's setting them up to fall in his path.
Oh, so someone wants these people to die.
Somebody is feeding Jinwoo to make him more powerful.
Oh, it's the OG monarch that's trying to make him stronger to replace him, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
What's
his name's a Shadow Monarch?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's doing that because he's like, eventually I won't be able to protect like what I rule over anymore. So I need someone else to do it.
Yeah, I won't be able to do the job anymore that I'm actually tasked with doing, and all the other guys are going to be terrible assholes about it. So
Yeah.
you need to get really powerful real fast.
Yeah.
The next season, though, he returns to the one room, and I'll be so happy.
The one room.
The one where he dies?
Oh, God.
He goes
He
back
goes
there.
back?
Yeah.
So you're telling me he's gonna walk into a dungeon with a bunch of plebs and it's just gonna be that fucking room again? Or is he gonna be alone?
No. He gets a key, and he just gets to go back on his own.
Is that statue still there?
Oh, you damn well better be. Oh yeah. Don't even worry.
Statue. Okay, cool.
It's gonna be beautiful. It's
he's gonna
be
kill
a
the
beautiful
statue.
time when we get there. this.
Oh my god! Wait, does that mean that I get to see the statue fuck around and find out?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Everybody really cool. Who saw the statue fuck around gets to see him finally find out, but that's later on.
Zach, we're gonna have this exact same level of excitement when you're on season 3 of ReZero. Because season 3 is like the pinnacle of everything. Until Tepe has to restart the story, and then from season 3 and onwards, it's like just fucking nonstop action shit.
Listen, is it better than Ed and Eddie's Big Picture Show? Because that really wrapped up the series, and if you can't confirm whether ReZero's season 3 gets a better ending than Ed and Eddie, not ending, but just like half of the
you get to see
season.
You get to see a fully animated dragon, no CGI. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I got to see whatever.
We don't count solo leveling.
What about Dungeon Meshi?
Who works on Dungeon Meshi?
That's a good question.
Because I feel like that's very important information. Because this is White Box that makes ReZero. You know, I don't even have to look it up. I can just go on my anime list. Oh, it's Studio Trigger.
That actually explains so much.
Oh god, it does explain a lot. Oh god.
Oh yeah. You're looking at it and you're like, oh yeah, this makes sense.
Yeah. And to put this in perspective, White Box is not a studio that makes action anime, obviously, which is why there's CGI in ReZero. They're also not a very big studio, so it's like, you know, but dude, season 3 is fucking insane. It's some of the best animation I've ever. It's like on par with Jujutsu Kaisen, like final fight animation and shit. It's fucking wild.
I'm gonna be honest. I was kind of underwhelmed by Jujutsu Kaisen while I was watching it.
I hear that a lot.
Yeah, I also. Well, I don't hear it a lot, but it's like a. I feel like that's kind of a normal take.
I know it's not I know it's like trying to tell a very delicate story and everything, and I hate to compare it, but I feel like I look at the fights of Solo Leveling. Like, I love the fights of Jujutsu Kaisen and everything.
I think that's because it's because power fantasies are like really
good about demonstrating.
Yeah, I think you really like power fantasies as opposed to like the regular action anime where they have to like make it not so one-sided, I guess. Maybe that's not how I wanted to phrase it. Because in Solo Leveling, the fights are choreographed really well, but they're also hype as fuck because in Power Fantasies they introduce you a character that you can only root for because the base level of the character is always I suck like shit.
Or fighting in Fire Force has always gotten me. I like the choreography in Fire Force.
Fire Force is pretty good. Didn't Studio Trigger also make that?
Hold on. This is gonna be really bad if it's also Studio Trigger. They made
Oh,
Promare.
no, I don't think Studio Trigger did. I think I'm
Oh, thank
thinking
God.
of oh my god, what's that fucking anime called?
Uh,
He's got a bully-haired bully in it. I can't remember his name though.
Soul Eater.
No.
Oh,
Uh,
sorry.
Didn't they make Bungo Stray Dogs or something too? I can't remember.
Uh,
I know they
David
made Kill la Kill
Productions.
and also Cyberpunk Edge Runners
Oh,
and
they're
Darling in the Franxx.
actually. Let's see. Ooh, okay. David Productions has made a couple of things, like Joj.
Hmm.
Let's see. What else have they made? Monster Hunter Stories, Ride On, Bento, solid choices. Undead Unluck,
Oh god.
Cells at Work. There's a good
Oh,
there's a
Zach,
there's some good ones on here.
do you know who Vincent Chansard is?
Maybe.
So he's an animator. I'm gonna give you a list of the stuff he's animated. All right.
Well, I've looked at 2 animation studios, so I might as well look at somebody else.
So he's known for The Witcher: Nightmare of the Wolf, the
Okay.
movie, Persona 3 Reload, the video game,
Okay.
um, Ike Boys, as well as One Piece film Red.
Okay.
He's also worked on Jujutsu Kaisen, Mob Psycho 100.
Ooh, there's the
Mhm.
yeah.
Yep.
I like that other one right
The
there.
Castlevania TV series.
Yeah, you know what? I love Mob Psycho so much more than I love Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
I got it just perfectly with that statement right there.
I really like Jujutsu Kaisen, but I have yet to finish it, so I can't really like give an accurate
I
opinion.
like Jujutsu Kaisen. I love Mob Psycho. You know what it is? It's going to look at one's original art versus the redo of the manga, and it always gets me every single time because you go back and it looks like a child made it, and then you
Mhm.
go back to the redesign and it's all nice, all the lines are perfect. Same with One Punch Man.
So Zach, this guy Vincent Chansard,
Yeah.
he animated the entirety of a fight scene in season 3 of ReZero himself, and he literally told the studio, "If you don't let me do this myself, I will not do it." So they gave him free reign, and it is like the episode that everyone is talking about right now.
Listen.
It's fucking nuts.
Listen.
Yeah.
Does
So you get
it
a Mob
reach-
Psycho level fight in ReZero season 3.
Does it reach the peak action and emotional tones that the movie Wall-E reaches?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't believe you, because that is a tearjerker. That movie's
You-
so sad, and they convey so much with so little.
What episode are you on now?
I have
you
not
continued?
continued watching it at all.
After you learned you were watching the director's cut, you're just like, I'm fucking done.
Dude, hold on. Hold on. Let me go to Crunchyroll. Let me really tell you what I've been on. Let me go over to Zaku real fast. Currently me and Bree have been going through, I've been killing slimes for 300 years.
Okay.
The dub hasn't come out for the latest episode of Possibly the Greatest Alchemist because the dubbed voice actor was sick.
Mm-hmm.
I fell asleep the other night to Space Dandy, truly a good classic.
Oh, yeah?
Really want season 3 of that at some point, but we'll never get it.
That reminds me, I finished Cowboy Bebop a couple months ago.
Yeah.
I think I told you guys. I gave it a good 8, 9 out of 10.
Yeah. True
And
classic.
they left it more open-ended than I thought they would. I thought that Spike just died from all the spoilers I saw. But no, he just falls onto the ground and
Yeah.
You never know if he's dead or alive because
Yeah.
he has no like visible life endangering wounds. He just fucking collapses from exhaustion.
God. We just got done with God of High School. Actually enjoyed. I understand why people were frustrated with the ending of that.
Of what, Cowboy
They,
Bebop?
no, of the God of High School.
Oh, yeah, that one was disappointing.
Cut off literally when they just started to amp up the entire series.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Ooh,
I'm waiting for my peak anime to come back, Campfire Cooking in Another World.
hell yeah. Also, I just found out something pretty cool about wilds. Um, monsters that are in an element that is a direct opposition to the one that they utilize for their attacks, they can't use that affinity of their attacks. So I'm gonna simplify that statement because that was kind of like mouth salad. The Coematrice, the chicken, the fire chicken, can't use fire attacks while it's in water. Like it
Wow.
tries to, but it's just like fucking. It's like a fart in the wind.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
That's wild.
Did you just?
It's wild, man. Hey, how's Sakamoto days? How is
Okay,
Sakamoto days?
hold on.
Me and
It
Kazu were staring at the manga in the Barnes and Nobles earlier, and we were wondering whether we should,
it is
assassinate that or not.
okay. So this is really weird because I feel like I was in a different fucking timeline when this happened because I watched 2 episodes of it, but
Yeah.
apparently it was before it came out.
Yeah.
So I am very confused, alright? Because I don't know if they were pilot episodes or something, but I remember very clearly watching 2 episodes of it. Watching him do the whole fucking shebang with the blonde guy in the fucking little uh gas station he runs or whatever. His little convenience store. And I remember him having to go out and fucking beat some dudes up that literally brought weapons into his shop. Apparently that was fucking months before the anime actually came out. So I don't know what the fuck I watched, but it was Sakamoto Days, and from what I watched of whatever that was, it was fucking incredible.
This is why I constantly believe reality has to be fake. Shit like this. Did I ever tell you the Matrix swapping scenario that I was presented, in which I went over to Bree's dad's house and there was a table in the kitchen and it had changed. I'd not seen the table change. And I said, "When did you guys get a new table?" And they said, "We've had this table for like 2 years now." And I said, "What? I've definitely been here since before you swapped these tables." And I have just believed that I swapped universes at one point, and now I have to deal with the fact that a table bested me in a different one.
Oh my god.
I don't have anything else. Do you have anything else? We've been going for like 2 hours, my guy.
Bitch, does it look like I got anything else? Damn.
What? This is the flow of that conversation. Does it look like I have anything else? Damn.
Well, let's see here.
What, were you impressed by we got 2-hour podcast?
I saw someone recommending that you should update to Windows 11 before the Windows 10 support stops in, I think it's next October or something.
Yeah.
And I was
Do you
like,
still
well,
have Windows
fuck me,
10?
I guess I do.
Dude, do you want to know
I've-
why your computer's probably running like ass?
Well, I don't think Windows 11 is gonna help.
I don't know, man. It might be because you're on Windows 10.
Also, my PC runs pretty well still, I think.
No, I know.
I don't have any issues with it.
No, that's not the problem. It's not your problem. It's Windows' problem. I'm not blaming you. I'm blaming Windows.
Damn.
Right,
Oh,
Kazu? Would Windows ever deteriorate a product over time to make people switch to a different product?
Anything over Windows 10 is an upgrade, honestly.
oh, I guess I'll get Windows 11. I have to
And Windows
reset
11 is
my.
also more oriented for gaming. It's got like direct storage for faster processing and shit.
I see. I have to reset my PC to get Windows 11, right?
Yeah, I'll just do a quick update. And by quick, I mean like a 2-hour update.
So, is that a yes? I
When
do
you're
have
about
to wipe my PC before I do it, or
you don't have to
You
wipe your
shouldn't really have
PC,
to
it'll
wipe
just
anything
upgrade.
now.
oh, it's just an update.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
update. It just upgrades it.
Okay, yep.
Yeah.
It'll ask if you want
Interesting.
to keep all your files and just choose. No, delete
Yeah.
everything.
Just clear it all, purge it. I don't want any of it.
Okay, I
Burn it
got
all
you.
down.
Oh, there's a new anime that's being worked on called fuck. It's called damn it, I had it right here. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Pretty please, I don't want to be a magical girl.
That better be a horrific horror experience of being a magical girl, or I'll be very disappointed.
It looks really cool. It's an
I want
indie. It's like a individual writer
I
that is
want
working on it.
I want it to be like a sheer horror going on.
I put it in the chat for you guys. It's pretty cool. What else was
Well,
there?
nothing else. Nothing else important.
I've had nothing for the past like hour.